Rangers are assessing their options ahead of the January transfer window, with the club exploring a move that could bring real long-term value to Danny Role's squad. Recruitment staff have been tracking a promising young midfielder whose contract situation may allow Ibrox to strike a deal well below the usual market rate. With planning already underway behind the scenes, the focus is now on whether the opportunity can be moved on quickly as Rangers look to strengthen key areas for the second half of the season. Let's break this down in today's video, along with all the other Rangers news from the last 24 hours. There is so much to discuss in today's video, so be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Rangers content. Rangers are weighing up a January move for Kilmarnock's highly rated midfielder David Watson, with the Ibrox hierarchy exploring whether a cut price deal can be struck ahead of the winter transfer window. Watson, just 20 years old, is out of contract at the end of the season, and his situation has alerted several clubs across Scotland and England. Rangers are the latest to register firm interest, viewing him as one of the most exciting young midfielders in the Premiership. Sources close to the discussion suggest the club see Watson as a player capable of impacting the first team immediately despite his age. Those behind the move believe his extensive top-flight experience, combined with his athletic profile and technical maturity, makes him an ideal candidate to fit into Danny Role's evolving style of play. One figure close to the situation explained, "Yeah, it's a potential move that could happen for Rangers, as you said. The contract situation at Kilmarnock for Watson opens the door maybe for Rangers to land the player for a cut price fee in the new year." Long-term admiration from the Ibrox club has now moved into active planning, although they are expected to face competition. Celtic and several English Championship sides are monitoring the situation closely, which could complicate negotiations. Even so, Rangers remain confident they can make a compelling pitch to the player and his representatives. As one source put it, "Obviously, Rangers have been keeping tabs on Watson for a while now, so he's a player who could come in and hit the ground running. He's obviously proven in the Scottish Premier League as well." Rangers' January plans already include strengthening in midfield, and the prospect of securing Watson for a reduced fee aligns with their recruitment strategy. His contract status at Kilmarnock presents a rare opportunity, and those around Ibrox believe early movement could be decisive. He's a player with huge potential, and if Rangers could land him for a cut price fee in January, it could be a real smart pickup by Danny Role's side. I'm sure there'll be a lot of interest from elsewhere in Scotland, and probably also in the English Championship. The same source added that Watson could add a bit of dynamism into their midfield. The push to bring in midfield reinforcements comes at a time when uncertainty continues to surround the future of Nicholas Raskin. Rangers expect renewed interest in the Belgian when the window opens, and offers are anticipated despite the club having no desire to part with him. His contract still has just over 18 months to run, but there is a growing acceptance that the situation may come to a head next summer if fresh terms are not agreed. Rangers are planning to raise Raskin's valuation again should bids arrive, and internally there remains hope that he will stay beyond January. Yet the persistent speculation has only strengthened the need to assess potential additions, making the pursuit of Watson even more significant. As January approaches, the Watson situation is one to watch closely. Rangers are moving with intent, and securing one of the league's brightest young talents for a modest fee would represent a strong piece of business as Danny Role continues to reshape the squad. In other news, Yusuf Kabadayi's start to life at Rangers has been anything but smooth, and the pressure surrounding his situation is beginning to intensify. Brought in for a fee rising to £10 million, the young striker arrived with high expectations and the backing of Kevin Thelwell, who believed he could become a long-term attacking focal point at Ibrox. Instead, the early months of his Rangers career have delivered frustration, inconsistency, and growing uncertainty over what comes next. Russell Martin struggled to coax performances from him before his dismissal, leaving Shermita caught in a cycle of ineffective outings and dwindling confidence. Danny Roll's arrival has at least given the Portuguese forward more regular opportunities, but the return has remained modest. One solitary goal, a strike against Kilmarnock, is all he has to show for his efforts so far, a statistic that sits uneasily alongside the sizable investment Rangers made. Now, with January approaching, the possibility of Chermati leaving on loan has emerged. Braga are among several clubs monitoring his situation closely, aware that Rangers may be open to a temporary move if it helps salvage the player's development. But even the suggestion of an early exit has sparked debate, with many questioning what it would signal for a signing of this magnitude. Football finance specialist Dan Plumley believes the reaction would be sharp and unavoidable. "You're going to get backlash if it goes that way," he explained. "We know the scrutiny that Rangers are under, and already the pressure that Danny Roll has been under, so the expectations are always going to be high." Plumley stressed that Rangers would need to weigh multiple factors before deciding on any loan deal. Protecting their long-term interests could be key, particularly given the fee paid. "I think if you are going to go down that road and do that deal and say that this transfer isn't working for us, there are options you can do," he said. Do you put a loan-to-buy obligation for wherever he goes? Or do you say, find your form, come back, and we'll go again next season? He added that whichever path Rangers choose, they must be braced for criticism. There are a couple of ways you can work it, but given the transfer fee and scrutiny around Rangers, if it does go that way, there's going to be a fair bit of backlash, and they're going to have to deal with it. The story becomes even more intriguing with Braga's involvement. Rangers will face the Portuguese side on the 27th of November in the Europa League, a competition in which the Ibrox club have been desperately poor. Bottom of the league phase and coming off a home defeat to AS Roma, their European campaign has lacked rhythm, confidence and cutting edge. All the qualities Chermiti himself has been searching for. Should Chermiti feature against Braga and deliver the kind of performance that first attracted Rangers to him, their admiration may only grow. But that scenario would also force Rangers into a difficult position. Letting him go may suddenly feel far less appealing, even if a loan move had previously seemed the best option. With a crucial stretch of matches ahead and January drawing nearer, Chermiti's future remains open-ended. The coming weeks could redefine his Rangers career or accelerate his exit, and the club must now navigate the next steps with care, clarity, and an eye firmly on both the present demands and the long-term plan. But that is all for today's video. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. We post all the latest Rangers news every single day, so join our fast-growing community so you never miss out. Thank you. I'll see you in the next video.